Training. The grid.
Okay, can you hear me on the headset, Mugs? Okay, cool. All right, it took a little bit, but we're gonna select Ken or
Beyond the battle.
let's try Ryu. Okay.
Beyond the battle.
So this is something. This is a module that you want to try to.
Do not hesitate.
Alright, so what we're going to do is this. So with the computer, we're going to go to dummy settings. You're going to go to playback recording. You're going to go to action recording settings. And what you're going to do is you're going to create a recording slot. So what you're going to do is, what that Ryu was doing to you was... let me get back here. So we need to make sure that... And when you do that, you're going to actually, I forgot to say that you're going to have to set the guard to guard all. Okay, so we go back to the dummy settings, go back to playback recording again, action recording settings. And what I'm gonna do is exactly what that Ryu did to you earlier in that set. So what I went on ahead and did there was create the scenario of what that opponent was doing to you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to recording slot and you're going to cut it on. And see if you can interrupt it. So the further that he is, it's going to be easier to interrupt. But if he's up close, because the string is tight. See how I'm unable to get through? Now if he further, make him go a little further, because he's going to do something. So 1, 2, 3, and you might be able to interrupt him in between that gap. So I was able to parry it at some point in time. But if that string is tight like that, you're not going to be able to interrupt it. Now things that he's going to do that I've noticed that he did was this too. So I remember him doing that. And what you can do is try to go in playback mode again to see if you can interrupt it. So you can interrupt that. Because that's not a true block string. But if he's further away, you can parry it. Or interrupt it because it's a one frame. These are things you have to start looking out for. If you notice that the opponent is doing the same things, you can do other aspects of interrupting them. That's also important. And another thing, we'll do this. So, let's get the opponent in the corner. So let's make this Ryu to do this. So we're going to go to playback settings, or playback recording, but we're going to set it up for the dummy. What we're going to do is on the record guard recovery actions, what we're going to make the Ryu do is at that frame when it interrupts, he's going to jump over you. Okay? So this is a good exercise for you to do if let's say you were doing a particular frame trap and you missed a certain move, and you know, let's say if you're going in for that grab but that opponent jumped over your grab. So you get a training module to practice your crosscut DP. See that? That's what I was talking about. Like when you're missing certain intervals that you're probably not accustomed to and that you're not aware of. And see, that can tell you right there when you're doing your fireball trap. For what I set up right there, it's like you know that you're too close. And then what I'm doing here is trying to practice the distance between myself and the opponent. So if I purposely miss the fireball, yeah. And also I'm gonna show you something else. So we're gonna set the dummy settings to record. Actually take that back. We're gonna go to dummy settings again. And what I'm going to do... No, I was right. Recording settings. So we're going to do Ryu's longest poke. So other than crouching, other than standing medium kick, let's do the sweep, right? So that's done. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a frame trap. So let's say you do that frame trap, right? See how that whip? You're setting up for a whip punish. You cut that off again, and you just try different frame traps to see how much distance you have between yourself and the opponent. That's why you don't always go on autopilot, because you're missing out on key things. So let's say if an opponent was doing something of this or this type of thing, like let's say they went, let's see here. Correct. We're gonna go ahead and do a as if they were walking back. So, guard recovery options. See if I can actually have them walk backward. No, that wasn't it. It was actually in actual recording. See? So we have them walk back. So let's say you went in for it's gonna be kind of weird, but I'm gonna try this. So I'm gonna make the analog stick walk back. So I'm using my right analog stick for the other player, which I can do. So do is have him. Long story short, if they are walking backwards and the opponent, see how they're getting out of range, and you do something like that, right? Set it back up. So when they do that, that's telling you right there that they are getting out of your range of attack. So this is why you don't have tunnel vision. So when that happens, so now I have the option of hitting them downstairs. And usually you'd be like 1, 2, and you're still missing, right? You do that, that's part of your conditioning when you condition the opponent. So if the opponent is blocking high after a particular type of frame trap, you could actually go for the legs. This stuff is very important. So see, that's how they're getting out of range. Omega Gaming, nice to see you, brother. Hello, is it me you're looking for? we're cross talking with Bugs here, so that's a part of that. And yeah, it is Lee. So another thing, let's. Alright, so we're going to go to character and stage select. So another thing, like let's say you are dealing with an opponent that was giving you problems. What opponent was giving you problems, Muggs?
The grid.
I'm going to see if I can actually go to that replay. So bear with me.
CFN.
So we're going to go to your rank matches here. So we'll look at HD switch. We'll see what he was doing here. Okay. We'll look at this match because I remember this match. He basically kind of took the game from you. So folks that are watching, I will go ahead and cut on the keyframe data as well as the frame data itself. So.
This is the path of my destiny. Round 1. Fight!
Alright, so we're going to cut on the key display and we're going to cut on the attack data. So, you started off with that. So you did jumping hard kick. And don't know why you went for the grab there. If I was you, if I did that, I would have did jumping heavy kick into standing heavy kick into standing light kick into MK Tatsu.
Damn it! Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
Like what I've seen there. Okay, good in and out, good in and out. So let's look at that again. So he did standing light punch. He did crouching light punch +2 into crouching medium kick into FB. So that was plus you're +6. So you could have actually walked in and took some of his space. So right there where you did the crouching light punch, that was your opportunity to do down forward medium punch to catch him off his neutral jump. That was actually an option select when that happens. So let's look at that again.
Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
And he did the fireball. So you dashed in, and he did a medium jump. So he's flow charting right here. He's flow charting. This is already giving you the data that you need to know right here. He's flow charting. He automatically went for a neutral jump right after that, and this is what Daigo was talking about as far as being preemptive. If you are being preemptive, you're going to start to flow chart. So the way he went on ahead and he did a jumping neutral jump right after the fireball, he's already giving you away his element of surprise. This is your opportunity to take him out. So let's look at that again. The dash in. You did a crouching light punch. That crouching light punch is a frame kill. That could have either been crouching light punch or that could have been... Correct. And basically he was... Yeah. Correct. So this is why you can't flow chart. If you flow chart, you miss out on a lot of opportunity to punish the opponent. So he did a jumping heavy kick, standing light punch. He did the fireball. You blocked it. He's giving away a lot of meter too. And you went for another parry. You EX fireball to kind of give yourself space. He's hitting. He's wish punishing. He's wish punishing. So crouching medium punch, jumping light kick, good throw. Fireball. He did it again. He did it again. This dude is doing just preemptive stuff. He's doing it again. And right there when he did that neutral jump, you could have did a standing heavy kick or you could have did an HPDP. He's doing it over and over.
Oh, yeah. Hadouken! Hadouken! Now the fight's begun.
So then he's activating standing light punch. So you did a standing light punch and you walked in and he checked you by doing a crouching light punch. That was your opportunity to just go standing light punch, standing medium punch, and then kind of back away to see what he was going to do. And see, he's catching you off guard with that. Okay, that was good shimmy. Let's go back again. Let's get it again. Okay. And then you went back in, got the grab. Personally, I think when you have him in a corner like that, other than the grab, you could have went stand a medium punch, or in this case, Jodan Sandrine Genki, where you could have did the target combo, or you could have at least went standing medium punch into MK Tatsu. But I digress. So you're mixing it up. You went in for, see, right there is where you messed up. So you went back in for another grab. What you should have did right there was shimmied. Because you already gave away, right there, you already gave away your grab. So it's all about varying your pressure. Yeah, but you could have went for the shimmy and went for a delayed tech instead of actually going for the grab. You already gave, basically it's like this. When you're fighting the opponent, if you already have done something and they've already been conditioned, it's time to mix it up at a particular point in time. So the grab, that's where he teched. He did that, and then you went in for a crouch. You did a fireball to keep him in the corner. Did another fireball to keep him in the corner. You jumped. You're not comfortable, and there was no reason for you to jump when you already have the corner. And he's ready for it. He's ready for it. You don't want to keep doing that. Whether he's not getting the dragon punches or not, he's ready for the anti-air. So, good tech on that one. Most of the time when they do that, it's kind of risky. If they dash in, unless they know. So he was trying to go for the grab. You could have actually went for a low punch DP. Risky for that, but, or you could have actually went for a standing light punch. Okay. I like the standing heavy kick challenge. Standing heavy kick. Standing light kick. Into low kick Tatsu. I would whip for medium kick Tatsu due to the factor that you're already within range and you're going to have Oki off a hard attack. So in particular situations, instead of going just for minimal damage, you have to actually start going for your actual optimal damage, especially when you have the corner. So that, standing light kick, standing light punch, grab light punch, shimmy, and you should have got out of range just a tad bit more because he checked you. You went an EX fireball. I don't know if I agree with that, but it is what it is. Standing heavy punch. Okay, so he doesn't have any more meter, but you do have the advantage because you have V trigger. Okay, you were trying to dash. Okay. Yeah. Right. You should have actually took the game. Think about this. When you're going against an opponent and they're either jumping neutral, they're giving away their position a lot, so you have the opportunity to walk in. But if they're actually jumping and you're not anti-airing, they're actually taking the ground from you. So think about it like an elaborate game of chess. Each time that this opponent is jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping forward while taking the ground, they're actually taking your space from you. So he did a fireball again. He's fireball again. At this point, this is where you could have did a preemptive Tatsu. Yeah, he shimmied you on that one. So you're attacking when you're seeing the move back. You want to kind of pace yourself just a tad bit.
Round 2. Fight.
Let's go ahead and go back here. Let's see what I saw some holes here. So at the beginning of the match, he did a standing medium punch from that distance. So he has somewhat of an advantage because he's kind of distant from you. So it's kind of harder to react at certain spots. Yeah, you definitely need a boost. That's for sure, Mugs. You sound mad tired, but we're gonna go through this. This is something I want you to start understanding your spacing. You have the shimmies and everything, but you have a tendency of flow charting. Like you'll do a standing light punch and then you'll back away and then you go into solar plexus. Sometimes you don't want to keep giving away your element of surprise. If you did standing light punch and then you backed away, wait to see what the opponent is going to do. They're either going to hang themselves or they're going to jump. So he did a standing medium kick after that, so there's space between you guys. So you'll go away and challenge impact. So he did a crouching medium kick. And he did fireball. That actually could have been parried from that distance. So from that distance you could have parried, or you could have actually interrupted with a hard punch, dragon punch, because it has 3 to 6 frames of projectile invincibility. These are things you have to start looking for. So yeah, his low forward is beast. Okay, good cancellation. So he's coming in. So he did that. So he's +8, but then he's dashing. He's dashing, and when you dash, you're -2. So at this point, he is now -6, and you could have took your opportunity because it's not exact. That's not really real, and you could have did a standing medium punch since that's +5. And then right after that, he conditioned you, and he did that. Exchange. Fireball. Jump. So if he's jumping at you right when you're in that crouching position, this is something that you're going to have to probably start training yourself in. When you're in a crouching position, because actually when you're in a crouching position, the opponent's going to be like, okay, I got him. And they're going to be thinking that you're either going to go for a fireball or you're going to do something. If you are in this crouching position, you are having problems getting your anti-air dragon punch together, you would do a crouching heavy punch. But in this particular spot, you're going to hit down forward, medium punch, or forward down diagonal punch. But since you're actually trying to get yourself set, and this is something that you have a problem with, you're not comfortable yet because you're not understanding the distance between you and the opponent. So from that particular distance, they have no other choice but to A, fireball, or to B, dash at you, or to C, jump at you. This is why your spacing is very, very, very important. And you missed a dragon punch there. You're throwing out the attacks. That's why it's playing your clock. And you went back right to the flow chart again. So you did that. You backed away, and you crouched. Now he went back again. You did it again because you're trying to build up pressure, but there's other ways you're getting pressure. So he went on ahead and challenged it because you're -2. So he came up with a standing light punch, crouching medium kick, into fireball. And that's actually not real. You might be able to, and I literally mean this, you might be able to jump out of that from that distance. So let's look at that again. Let's look at this. So he challenged that. Crouching. Yeah, he's really far. So -1, and then the startup is -31. So this is why you look at the opponent's look at their sequences. So after that, he did that because you're probably uncomfortable about his fireball, and he did another fireball. So after that fireball, he's gonna go for another fireball. This is the patterns that you have to start looking for because you're busy worried about blocking the entire time. You're gonna miss out on the key and definitive details right there. So let's look at that again. And be careful with that flow chart. You got to mix that up. So you went back again. Solar plexus. He challenged it, fireball, and then he's gonna go for the fireball again because that's what they do. So fireball. And he went and did a fireball, and right there you dashed again. You dashed right at him. These are the, yeah, man. And this is something else, man. This is all about the fine details. Yep. Noodles up. Just once you start looking at everything he's doing, and he's gonna go for a fireball again because he wants to play the fireball war with you. He wants to play the fireball war. And he's gonna go fireball again. And then he did a standing medium kick, which was good on his end because now he standing medium kick. This is what one of our other fellow Ryu mains stated about instead of you throwing a fireball. Correct. So that he does want to jump in on you. Correct. Correct. So he did that, and think about it. You got plus 14 versus a startup at 8. So he's gonna take advantage of using that standing medium kick. So he did that, and you did a jumping medium kick, standing light punch, standing light punch, standing light kick. I would have went for medium. You actually can go for medium kick Tatsu. There's no reason why you shouldn't go for medium kick Tatsu, especially when you're actually getting the corner pressure. So standing light punch, and then good break. He teched it. He was ready. So this is why I was talking about not having tunnel vision, about flow charting. So standing light punch, back away, walk in there, and then you would have did a crouching medium punch or at least a standing medium punch. So let's look at this again. So he teched, and he did crouching medium kick, and you walked right into his vicinity. He's actually hitting those buttons in there by checking you. Okay, and you didn't hit confirm because you're uncomfortable when you don't. Ayo, Eric is silly. I just heard it. So let's do this again. So you're in the corner. So that standing light punch. And he teched it. Okay, and then standing medium punch. He's ready for you to walk in. He's basically checking you before you get in his space. So it is kind of like the Gal mentality, which is good on his end. But where he walked in there, you got the crouching medium kick and you didn't hit confirm. So you could have either did EX fireball or you could have did crouching medium kick into crouching medium kick into light kick donkey kick. So let's look at that again. You might have been able to do a parry off of that. Because you did that. And he was ready for that. And he's negative 12. And then negative 31. So you might have been able to parry as an option select. And then you could have got a solar plexus right after that. So he's negative 2. You could have went in. So after that crouching medium kick, you could have walked in and take your space. When they whip, think about this. When they're whiffing attacks, that is your time to actually take the space from them because they're actually in recovery frames. This is how you dominate the opponent. When they're wish attacking and they don't have enough recovery to do what they have to do, that's where you come in and you take the space from them. Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Ryu wins.
Yep. All in all, you just weren't comfortable. You gotta. This is where that knowledge comes into play. Recovery frames, whip punishing. Basically learning to adapt and looking at the opponent's patterns. So So let's see what else he kind of struggled with. Now you good, brother. So let's see here. Let's see what else happened here. The Cammy match. Let's see what caused you to lose this game here. This man just said we don't get no intermissions. I can't.
Fight.
So, all right, so let's see here. Let's see what happened here. So you started off right here. Cammy. So right here, before I go any further, the Cammy started off with the spinning knuckle. You actually can interrupt that with crouching medium punch. So you went directly for a fireball because you weren't prepared in that. This is a very hooligan-based hyper Cammy. So starting here, you actually could have stopped that. This is why you go in the lab and you train against these certain circumstances. Basically, let's put it this way. If you're talking about frame data, anything with something with longer active frames, you should be able to interrupt it. And then standing medium punch could work, but because of the fact that the interval of her trajectory of how she comes in, if she does that, she's going to go under your standing medium punch. So you kind of want to be ready with crouching medium punch or something. So she started off with that, she got that, and she's going in for the kill. +1. +1. And now you have space. So there was pushback. So that, and then you get a challenge right after that. So your next fastest attack could have been a standing light punch or a standing light kick. So you're in a corner, and you went for the fireball. She read you. So if you're in that position, it's probably not wise if you're putting yourself in a corner to throw a fireball from that distance. So look at your distance. So what you should have did actually with this Cammy was to kind of fool her to make her think that you're gonna whip a fireball. This is why it's important to throw in the element in the mind game and not just going for the fireball like I gotta get out the corner. I gotta get out the corner. You don't want to do that because you're giving away your surprise. You're giving away basically with Ryu is basically martial arts. You want to hide your karate. You don't want to give away your karate. You're giving away your karate. Your projectile is your karate. Don't do that. And she went for the jump. She got in. And you dash right in after that. So you're already negative and she's at that space. And right there from that space where you threw that fireball, you should have waited. So then you dashed in. Right after that, that's the reason why you threw the fireball, because when you throw the fireball, it's almost like I'm giving you a warning. Back up. If you come anywhere near me in my space, now that I have the advantage, you about to get this uppercut. That's the way you want to think about it. So right there, since you have that space and your back is to the corner, and you dashed in and she hit you with the standing medium kick. And you didn't anti-air. So good throw on that. You went in for a jump. Okay. Be careful with those jumps because Cammy and as well as Karin and somebody else, they actually have some type of active frame. And she got it. I got you on that. She stuck it. Yeah, you don't just throw away your fireball like that because you need to be, and that's how she finished you out at that point. So let's see how you recover this next round.
Mission complete.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, so when you're at that distance, fake the fireball. Fake the fireball. Make like you gonna throw that do that quarter circle forward or that back. Do like a shuffle or something when you got that much space. That Cammy wouldn't been ready for that. So she went in for that. So she's +2, +1. And she neutral jump. That would have been your opportunity to walk and either do a heavy punch DP or a standing heavy kick. Right there, I want you to look at this again. So right after the fireball, you came in, which was good. So you took the ground. That's a good way when you're playing a projectile game. It's a good way of actually covering the ground when you're conditioning the opponent ahead of time. So right there, she missed, and you did a standing medium punch. So that's good because you're right outside her range. Because if you're dashing like that, most of them will think that Ryu is going to like triple dash or something like that. So since you only dashed twice, let's see, I think you dashed twice. So after that, you did that. So you dashed once. One time is good enough because if you double dash, you would have got hit. So Cammy whipped. So you dashed in. So she missed the back knuckle. Right there, this is where you need to start working on your confirms. You could have either went standing medium punch into medium kick Tatsu, standing medium punch into EX Jodan Soku Tugari. For those who don't know, that's the donkey kick. Or knife blade kick, or you could have went standing medium punch into Jodan Senran Genki, the target combo. So fireball, good. Okay, so right there it is where you had a bad fireball. So right there, where she did that, she did the dive kick. That would have been your opportunity to take the ground from her. So you're walking in. Yeah, we almost done. And a jump, and she got you there. 1, 2, and she's backing away. She's -3. You could have challenged that with a standing light kick. Good. Ah, you did standing medium punch. That's what I'm talking about. You're not comfortable. You're not comfortable. You walked in, and that was your opportunity to clean her clock. Yeah, you're missing too many opportunities, and because you're panicked, and you went right into parry. Yeah, you're full charting. Okay. Yeah, you're flow charting with the standing light punch. You could have done a bevy of different options other than that. She's ready for it. So what you could have did was went in and grabbed since you conditioned her with the solar plexus. Yeah, she's catching you with that jump too. And here, where she did the dive kick. Yeah, good challenge. Okay, good grab. Okay. So you're doing. You might want to do something else. So you did standing. You did jumping heavy kick. You did standing medium punch. You're +1. So if you're +1, you have to come up with a tighter string. So standing medium punch. Think about this. Cammy's quickest frame is +3. So she's going to abuse crouching light punch because it's +3 on startup. So if you did a standing medium punch, you should have walked backward because you're too much in vicinity. You're trying to go for a delay tech or delayed medium punch, but you haven't conditioned the opponent yet. So what you should have did was jump, standing light punch into standing medium punch, into standing light kick, and then get out the way. And she's checking it. Okay, good grab. I like that. I like that. I would have probably walked in and walked back out after that, but it is what it is.
A very difficult fight. Final round.
So final round, let's see what happens here. So you went for the Hail Mary Tatsumaki. Right off the bat, you're basically uncomfortable. I can tell by the way you're playing. And then you walked. So you're -1, so the best thing you could have did was challenge it with either stand a light punch or not dash at all, just block. And she's taking advantage. Yep. So right here, this is where I have a problem. You did crouching medium kick, and you dash. Okay, you block, good block. You block. Now from this distance, okay, Ryu is -1. So you have just enough active frames from that outside perimeter to do a standing light kick into EX Fireball. Because look what Cammy did. You went directly into medium kick. There's no reason for you to have a startup at that particular point, a startup of 8, when you're that far. You're not probably accustomed to Cammy's long range. She has long range. So the best you want to do is take her range from her. So you should have did a standing light kick. This is where you're going to have to go in the lab and train to see where these opponents are doing these particular attacks. And you're doing solar plexus. You missed a dragon punch or anti-air at this point. So when you're walking back, look at your distance. Look at what you're doing. You have more than enough opportunity to punish Cammy from that distance. Start paying attention to your frames. Start paying attention to your distance. Yeah. 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 She's just taking the floor from you. That's all there is to it. Okay. Yeah, you flow charted. Flow charting. You don't have a depth awareness of where the opponent is coming from, and missing critical anti-airs. Yeah, basically you're flow charting. Your flow charting was killing you, honestly. If it isn't the uncomfortability with the character that you're going against, looking at the spacing between yourself and them, and so forth, you're basically hanging yourself at this point. So that's basically what's going on, man. It's flow charting, lack of variety, lack of anti-airing, and you're not comfortable. And you got to go in the lab. And I just showed you how to go and create the spacing technique, as well as creating the opportunity with those characters. If you see those characters hitting you with the same thing, it is your job to go into the lab and actually study. Because if you don't, you're gonna be at the same rank. You gotta branch out from doing the same stuff over and over, because it's not gonna work. So, if that makes sense, man, I hope it does. All right, man, so that's it for me, man. You need to get some sleep, dude, because you over here falling asleep and look like you're about ready to fall over that microphone. Yep. So I'll catch you later, brother. And for everybody watching, thank you guys. And I hope this all makes sense. I'm studying with Mugs, you know, if you guys are trying to wonder who I'm talking to. So, you guys take care. Hope to see you all soon again, and we'll have some more fighting theory coming up there. Take it easy.